I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like there's some kind of collusion happening when it comes to gas prices in the Kansas City area. Now, I know we're trending in the right direction. KCTV5 had the story. Gas prices hit a 4-year low just in time for holiday travel. On the Missouri side, statewide prices are averaging about $2.59 a gallon as of yesterday. It's 5 cents less than last week, 8 cents less than last year. So this is great. In Kansas City, Missouri, gas prices averaging $2.63 per gallon. 7 cents less than last week, 4 cents less than last year. So prices are coming down. That's outstanding. But we were at the happy hour the other night at Beck's place in Overland Park. And one guy in particular, we were talking about just, cost of things. He goes, I was down at Emporia. And he goes, I couldn't believe the gas prices. It's like $2 a gallon, $2.10 a gallon. So I looked it up on Gas Buddy, and there's a Casey's down there that's got gas right now at $2.14 a gallon. That's unbelievable.
This is good for me. I have a gymnastics meet there this weekend.
All right, well, fill up.
I'm filling up at Casey's.
Just make sure you can get there.
Yeah.
All right, don't try to run out of gas just to get there. You've got places out in western Kansas where you've got some of the cheapest gas right now in the state. You've got a Maverick in Garden City that's at $2.10 a gallon. You've got a Love's out there that's $2.10 a gallon. You got a Love's in McPherson that is $2.16 a gallon. Abilene has a Casey's at $2.19 a gallon. But I feel like everything I'm seeing around Kansas City is anywhere from $2.60 to $2.80. So I don't know if we're getting the big city collusion going on here, but there's no reason for the price to basically be 25% higher in Kansas City than it is in Emporia. I just don't understand it. Now, Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary for the White House, was talking about gas prices yesterday, and she noted this as well.
President Trump has also delivered resoundingly on his promise to end Joe Biden's insane war on American energy and make sure our country has reliable and affordable energy produced right here at home. As a result, the nationwide average for regular gas just fell to its lowest level in nearly 5 years. According to data from Gas Buddy released on Monday, average gas prices have now dipped below $3 per gallon in 37 states, below $2.75 per gallon in 22 states, and below $2.50 per gallon in 5 states. Just a few years ago, we saw record high price gas of nearly $5 per gallon. American families faced constant pain at the pump, and those costs caused the price of everything else to go up as well.
So that was White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. And, I'm glad they're bragging about this, right? I mean, you've got their political opponents and their media allies just hammering the issue of affordability. And trust me, I'm not saying everything's perfect at all, but gas prices are coming down. And even though they're down just a bit from last year, there's a positive trend there. And there's a story to tell, which they have to do a better job of telling. On the Missouri side, there is a Costco and also the Costco down in Springfield is now running $1.99 a gallon. Same thing with the Sam's Club down there. The Buc-ee's is at $2.05 a gallon down in Springfield. You got a Woody's in Joplin that's $2.17 a gallon. Same thing with a Walmart down there, $2.17 a gallon. So you're just seeing much better prices out of state, it seems like, or the outstate area, John.
Well, it's interesting, too, because when you're on the interstate, usually the stations right off the interstate are up a nickel, maybe over if you went further in town. So $2.05 at Buc-ee's right there on I-44 is a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. I've got this on the text line. Pete, Quick Trip sets the prices in Kansas City because they can. So all the other stations follow along with it. But, I don't want to sit here, and I don't know if that's true or not. I don't want to sit here and blame Quick Trip because then if I'm Phillips 66 or I'm anybody else, I'd say screw Quick Trip. If I can do this at 10, 20, 30 cents a gallon cheaper and get more business out of it, then I'm going to do that. Mark's in Overland Park. What's up, Mark? You're on KCMO.
Good morning, Pete. I'm the guy that was in Emporia the day after Thanksgiving. Pulled off to get the $2.29 a gallon gas at Phillips 66. I'm about halfway full, filling up. I look across the street, and Walmart's got it at $2.19. And Walmart's making money at $2.19. And up here in Kansas City, we're paying, $2.60, $2.70. We are getting gouged by Quick Trip.
So you just think it's Quick Trip basically squeezing the market?
Well, if you drive around town, Quick Trip in Olathe is cheaper than what Quick Trip is at 77th and Metcalf. You go, their prices are all over they're sometimes 10 cents, 12 cents difference from one location here just in the metro area. So.
I mean, I admit I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm glad that you called in, Mark. So that was the two of us having that conversation?
Yes, it's
well, I apologize. I don't remember. I obviously talked to a lot of people the other day, but I'm glad you called in and confirmed that was you, Mark. It was great to see you the other night.
We had a great time. You keep up. You have a great show.
Thank you very much there, Mark. I appreciate that. I don't know who to blame, but it would seem to me in a free market environment, if Quick Trip is trying to squeeze the entire metro, if I am one of their competitors, and I can go 20, 30 cents a gallon cheaper, I'm going to do it to then drive up my business. I may not have the same profit margin on a per gallon basis, but I would think then that the amount of business increase I would get out of it would make up for that profit margin on a per gallon basis.
Yeah, you get people buying drinks and hot dogs and everything else.
Well, that's the other thing. Most of these gas stations make the money off of what they sell in the store, in the convenience location, not at the pump. Frank the Capitalist, what's up, Frank?
Hey, good morning, Pete. I cannot vouch for the accuracy of this, but I can give you some information that I got a number of years ago. Went down to the lake, down to the Lake of the Ozarks. Down to Table Rock Lake. And I figured, okay, let's put gas in the car in Springfield. Let's fill it up because when you get to the lake, gas gets really expensive in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. Get down to Branson West, and gas is cheaper there than it was in Springfield. And so I just started asking some questions, some fairly knowledgeable people, and they said, well, part of it is because of the additives that are required in metropolitan areas by the EPA. That adds to some of the price. When you get down to Emporia, Hutchinson, Kansas actually has really cheap gas if you're headed that direction. That's because they are literally sitting right on top of a refinery. Transportation costs are lower to get the fuel to Emporia and Hutchinson than it is to get the fuel to here. I can't vouch for that being all the reason, because I'm sure that if Quick Trip sets a price and no one challenges on it, the free market's got it, buddy. You're a free market person, so you'd appreciate that. So,
no, exactly. So you're suggesting there are additives that are required based on what local regulations and laws that then would drive up the price in a major metropolitan area like Kansas City.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Now, I tell you what, if you could get someone from one of those companies on to kind of either dispel that rumor, that may be an urban legend. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But it begins because as you drive out away from the metropolitan area, gas does get cheaper. I'm just coming out of Shawnee now.
Always been that way.
$2.69.
Yeah.
So, and if you get in closer to Kansas City, I'll be there in a few minutes. I bet we're sitting at $2.84, $2.79, $2.84 at a Quick Trip.
We know that when it comes to, obviously, the states have their own taxes and things like that. Thanks, Frank. States have their own taxes that obviously play a role in gas prices. Like, that's why California is still sitting at $4 a gallon. I just wasn't aware that municipalities or counties, I knew that states could drive up the cost of gasoline because of their own state taxes. But I didn't think that there were actually local regulations, local taxes maybe, that may then drive it up, let's say, in Kansas City compared to Emporia or Springfield. 913-408-7957. Jim in DeSoto. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, good morning, Pete.
Jim, sorry, buddy. The phone's out there in DeSoto, brother. You there, Jim?
Yes, hello.
All right, go ahead, Jim.
At Harps in DeSoto, $2.33.9 a gallon. Right now.
Great. I'll try to get out there this afternoon.
Hey, Denver area. On Sunday, I looked at gas, buddy. $1.71.9 a gallon in areas of Denver.
Oh, I know.
Now, if anybody's going to put additives to whatever in a metropolitan area, it's going to be Denver because they have so many more cars than we do, and they have the brown cloud effect that goes in and out of Denver every day.
And they've got a very blue, obviously, political operation there. You're right about that. But I see the headlines like Trump people are bragging about gas prices in Denver. I'm like, why are we not getting that in Kansas City? I can't figure that out. Tom in Grain Valley. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but I think it has something to do with city taxes. I live in Grain Valley, and if I go to Lee Summit or Blue Springs or Kansas City, I'm paying 8 to 10 cents more per gallon. So Grain Valley is still Jackson County, still state of Missouri, but I feel like there's got to be some sort of city tax in play here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to figure out today because I'm sick of seeing everyone bragging about these low gas prices everywhere except for where we live right now. It's just like, not that $2.79 is bad compared to where we were, let's say, in 22.
I was going to say, it's all relative there.
Exactly.
I paid $2.69 yesterday in Grandview.
I got to fill up today before the weekend, before this 10-degree weather comes in. Let's go to Mark. He's in Independence. What's up, Mark?
Hey, I just wanted to say, back when Trump in his first term, right before he left office, the Quick Trip in Independence at 23rd Street and Lee Summit Road, they were among the cheapest in the country. They were like $1.72. I took a picture of it. And also, when you're pricing things, especially people like Quick Trip, they have to be careful because they cannot price things below their fixed cost, or else you get hit with a federal violation for price fixing.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me, Mark. Thanks so much. Kevin in Overland Park. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Pete. Hey, a couple things. I have a friend of mine that is the CDL driver and used to deliver fuel to gas stations. And basically all the trucks go to the same depots to get their fuel. He would literally go to a depot, and if one set of tanks did not have fuel, he'd just go to another one. So it's not like there's different brands of depots per se. And then secondly, yesterday I just paid $2.59 for. There's a gas station that's close to my shop. They are consistently 10 to 20 cents less per gallon all the time. Now they have stickers on their pumps saying they encourage their customers to pay cash, and their convenience side is very small, so it's not like they make a ton of money on the inside. So don't know how they do it, but just food for thought there.
Well, that's just, I would like to think that that's just capitalism working, right? Where they're basically saying, hey, you know what? We'll undercut our competitors by 10 to 20 cents. We'll try to encourage people to pay cash, and they'll see if it works for their business. And if they don't have a large convenience presence, they may just be rolling with it and saying, let's see how this goes. And obviously it's worked well enough for them because they're still doing it, right? On the text line, Pete, Mid-America Regional Council ultimately ends up picking our fuel blend, which also could increase the cost here in the Kansas City area. Okay. Well, I see all these stories about these gas prices, and I just wanted to get to the bottom of it and try to figure it out. And now I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend, which is try to get somebody on the line on Monday to understand why we're paying 50, 60 cents more per gallon than Emporia and Springfield, and like $1 more a gallon than Denver, which is obviously a major metropolitan area and is more or less right down the road. That's just because I'm seeing the Trump administration brag about $1.89 in Denver. And I'm like, why are we paying $1 more here in Kansas City? But once again, when you compare it to where we were a couple of years ago with the last guy,
come on, man.
I'll take it. I'll take $2.69 a gallon. I'll take it for now. But I'm still not thrilled when I see these other prices being at $2 a gallon.